It's the second round, it's Red's turn. Red's decide to explore 2 more cards. These 2. And then he'll pay 2 food. To do that, takes 2 status. And he'll pay 2 more food to walk into this forest. Forest is a bit harder to walk through, so that'll cost you 2 food. And that's it. Well, green will basically do the same. He wants to explore this 1 card and that one. And he then walks 1 step there, so that's a total of 3 food that'll go back into the stock. And he receives 2 status. And then green asks if any of the other players would like to trade their antler. And red said sure, of course, for 1 status. And green decides to give 1 status to red, and then red gives his antler to green. So now green, who's standing next to the tanning card, can develop tanning. He needs for that 2 antlers, 1 skin, plus 1 food. So he pays 2 antlers, a skin and the food. They go back into the stock, and green places his hut on tanning. Now, tanning, as I already said earlier, will help you make leather from skin. It is the only way to make leather, and that goes for all these 3 process materials, because to make rope you have to develop the tile rope making, and to make bronze you have to develop the tile casting bronze. If nobody invents bronze casting, then nobody can cast bronze, right? And the same thing goes for rope and leather, of course. And then it's yellow's turn again, and yellow is going to work again. So he's gonna pay 1 food to work. You already saw how that worked. He throws 2 dice, and again a brilliant throw. So he's gonna pay 1 more food extra to throw 1 more die, which is even more brilliant, and then 1 more food for 1 extra work power. By the way, there's 4 times a 1 on a die, 1 times 2 and 1 times 0. So yellow now has 2 work power in total, and as we saw, he can he's in the mountains, he's still in the mountains, so he could take 1 ore for that, or 2 flint or stone and wood, and he decides to take 1 wood and 1 stone. And then he wants to develop this card, casting bronze, because he's got the stone, he's got the wood, and he's got the skin. But he'll have to be on the card or right next to it to develop it. So of course he can walk from the mountains to the village. That'll cost him 1 food. That's 1 food. But as you can see, well, we're not playing the easy game, we're playing the hard game. So you can only carry 5 resource counters with you, but he's got 6. Luckily, he has already developed the basket, and the basket allows you to carry 2 more resource counters. So he can carry this one with him without any problem. Now he's standing next to casting bronze and he's going to develop it. So he's got 1 stone, 1 wood and 1 skin. So 1 stone, 1 wood, 1 skin. These go back into the stock, and yellow places his hut on casting bronze. And from now on we can cast bronze. Oh, and of course you are all wondering how that works, tanning and casting bronze. Well, that's depicted on the backside of the booklet. Yeah, you've already seen something of this booklet, but I've made a booklet where you can easily find the actions that you can do and how they work. On the back side of the booklet you find how casting bronze works. When you want to cast bronze, you have to pay 2 ore plus half wood or half an antler. You need something to burn, to make a fire. You can do that 3 times, and every time you do that you get 3 bronze. So if you do it once, you have to pay either 1 wood or 1 antler. If you do it twice, you still have to pay 1 wood or 1 antler. And the same goes for tanning, except that you just pay, you have to put 2 skins back into stock plus half of food. And you can do that 3 times as well, and you get 3 leather for it. It's round 3 and it's Red's turn again. And Red decides to explore 2 more tiles before anybody else does that. So that costs 2 food, that brings 2 status, plus this card borders on Holy Place. And if you explore a card that borders on Holy Place, you also get 3 status that is on the Holy Place. After that, every other card bordering on the Holy Place is also being turned face up. So that was Red's turn. Green is also gonna turn 2 cards face up because he also like to have the extra 3 status. So that's 1 card, that's 2 cards, and of course because one of these is bordering at the Holy Place, he also turns this one face up. And that one, he's got to pay 2 food, there they go, and he takes 2 plus 3, so in total that's 5 status. So I take a black one because the black one is 5 status in this prototype. And that was Green's turn. Yellow hasn't got that much left, so he decides to go gather some food. And then of course we're gonna look into this lovely booklet again. Gathering food. You can gather food in the marshes, the mountains, the woods and the grasslands. And well, Yellow is standing on the grass, he's standing in the village, and that's grassland, so he will get 3 food plus 1 die. So I throw 1 die and it shows 2 spots. So 3 plus 2 means that he finds 5 food. Yeah, and I'll add those to my carrier board. Yellow also has a basket, and the basket helps him when gathering food because you can easily carry your food in it. And the basket brings 2 more food, so I take 2 more food. It's the 4th round and it's Red's turn. Red's camp is standing in the forest and Red is going to work. So Red is going to pay 1 food to throw 2 dice. And well, as you can see here in the forest, you can easily come by wood. Flax is already 2 work power. And these 3 are a bit expensive, but Red wants to have wood, so he's gonna take 2 wood for those 2 work powers. And actually he would like 1 more wood, so he's gonna pay 1 more food, and he can of course roll the die, but he can also put his back into it, and that will just give him 1 work power, and for that 1 work power he takes 1 more wood. And then he moves onto the grass there, and that costs him 1 food. And as you can see, he can carry all this stuff with him because status, of course, status you can carry as much status as you want. Green is going to work 2, so 1 status, 2 dice, and that's 3 work power. Well, he's gonna pay 1 more food to throw another die, and that's 2 more, so that's 5 work power. Well, look at that. Green is standing on the grass, and he can easily find flax and ore there. He decides to take, he's got 5 work power, so he decides to take 4 flax and 1 ore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 ore. And then he's going to move over there. That'll cost him 1 food. But as you can see, he's got 6 resources, and he cannot carry all of those with him. So he can do 2 things. He can leave behind one of them. So he could, for instance, leave that one behind, and then come back later to pick it up. Or someone else could pick it up, of course. I mean, if they would go there first. Now, obviously, he wouldn't want anyone else picking it up, so he would like to carry it with him. And yellow has this basket that allows you to carry 2 extra resources. Now, green could give yellow 1 status, and then he could use all the cards of yellow. But he could also try to make another deal, and that's what he's going to try to do. And he's asking yellow if he can use the basket for 1 food. Yellow, yellow's not the nicest person on this. He wants 2 food for that. And then green says, well, no, actually, because walking back and forth also cost me 2 food. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'll just gonna leave that behind. I move there. Then green is standing next to rope making, and he'd like to develop that card. To do so, he'll have to pay 2 flax and 2 food. So 2 flax, 2 food. They go back in the stock. Green places his hat on rope making. And now we walk back here for 1 food. So we pay 1 food, and of course he can pick up again the ore. Green has rope making, and he decides to use that. So how did that work again? Let's have a look at the back of the booklet. Rope making. For 2 flax and half a food, I get 3 ropes. I can do that 3 times. Well, as I only have 2 flax and 1 food, half a food roundup is 1 food, I can only do it once. So I'll do that. I'll return 2 flax and 1 food to the stock, and I take 1, 2, 3 ropes. And I place them on my carrier board. And then it's yellow's turn. Like I said in the last round, yellow would like to develop the jug water bag. He's got enough food now, so he's gonna walk 2 steps to stand on the marshes. So that takes him 1 for the village to grasslands, 1 food in the marshes. So that costs 2 food to walk over there. Then he's going to work. He's going to pay 1 food to throw. Oh, there they are, 2 dice. Okay, well, it's yellow again, so it's not the best throw. He's going to pay 1 more food to throw 1 more die. And that's already 2 work power. And, well, then he pays 1 more food for 1 more work power. So he's got 3 work power in total. He's in the marshes. He's going to take, he can get the clay for just 1 work power. So he's going to take 3 clay, 1, 2, 3. And remember, yellow has got the basket, so he can carry 2 things more. So maybe I'll do it just like this. You can easily carry all this stuff around with him. So now yellow walks back to the village. That's grassland, so that'll cost him 1 food. 1 food that'll go back into the stock. And now he's going to develop the jug. To develop the jug, he needs to pay 3 clay plus 1 food. Well, we just worked for the 3 clay, so there you go again. 3 clay, 1 food, all back in the stock. And yellow places his hat on the water bag, or the jug. And the jug gives yellow 1 food extra each round.